she's unstable. So then I'm going to come underneath her head. So again, see how I'm free? Now I'm going to switch right over to the iliac. I want her to look at me, look at me, look at me. And then I just really roll her right up. But if she comes back down, you don't have to put the legs up. Look away from me. This is where you guys are going to kill yourself. So anything you can do, if she can't get the eye contact, then scoop your head a little bit so their heads are coming here. And then at least the eyes are with it. Huge difference.
So that's to help someone sit up.
To come into sitting before you go to lift them up. But if those eyes aren't going the way you want them to, it cancels out the movement.
Can you do it one more time?
Yeah. So if she's here, I'm just going to come here and roll her over. Now, if it's a larger person, let them sleep on a towel. Because then you can slide the towel over to get them into this position versus trying to pull them over on the table.
You could also do with the sort of arm underneath the knees, can't you? If then index the
You can, but I'm just saying if they're too far away in the table, bring them first over on the blanket. That's what they do with the nurses. But like if someone's sleeping in a queen bed because she rolls around, but now they're in the middle of the bed and you're trying to get them out. So I'm going to come underneath and scoop. Now if I can't scoop, that's when I lift a little bit and get my hand underneath here first. If that's not, but again, even if I'm just, I get that eye contact and they're there. But if I don't have that eye contact, so look up at the
So what if the
window,
person's not able to move their eyes?
then you want the eyes towards you, even if they're not looking there. So if she's like this, I can come right underneath here, scooping her, but now in a position where her eyes are facing me,
Oh, okay.
right? And then she's still in a position to come up.
Cradle her head or something.
Whatever, but you want the eyes either physically or emotionally looking at you, or in your direction. It's a lot like riding the motorcycle. If you look down, the bike's going to go down. Same kind of. So now if I'm here trying to get her up, where's she going to go? Right? But if I step in over her, almost like a dance hug, right? Go for this even that the care is there. Okay, let's find your feet. Let's find your feet. There you go. There you go. See, now I'm not still enforced and stand up. Tuck the push, and then I stand up with the person. And they're really right with me.
And then you would put her maybe into a wheelchair or?
Whatever, but at least I'm here dancing with her. If I have to go wheelchair,
Or getting them out of the wheelchair.
let's say if I'm stabilizing her, right? If she's able, if I can come away, she's still stable because I have her here. But if I grab like this, she immediately becomes unstable versus this way, even, the difference?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big difference. Even if it feels like you're only touching with one hand.
But if the wheelchair is here and I just take a step this way, and now the wheelchair can come right here, and I can put her back in.
There's also, I work with transfers day in, day out. I do, hundreds of them all the time, right?
Yeah.
Kids with wheelchair, out of the wheelchair, treatment table, off the treatment table, high table, low table, blah, blah, blah. The size of the child, this matters again and again. Because if they're shorter but heavy, then your proportions here, you're even.
And also she responds
Your height is
evenly.
even when they're
She totally
shorter.
responds evenly.
You
No, I
need to
get
adapt
it.
to yourself, because then your pelvis is not as close to their pelvis unless you really squat or do something to come closer to that, right? Like with Solis, you have to be at his level
Yeah.
to be able to do it. Otherwise, you can't hug him the same way.
Right.
Right. But at the same time, I want to at least have a joy to feel the difference between starting to lift a child versus initiating through the rotation. It can make a big difference.
Now he initiated so well even from the egg ball.
Yeah.
Even this position, no, don't put the knee down, right?
Yeah.
No, don't. Even at this position, if I just go like this, or especially if I'm away from her, right, versus just that rotation, and now I can slide because I feel her more on the leg, and then I can rotate.
So you brought her rotation over to the left leg, right? Or her weight?
I allowed her to stand well enough to bring this
it.
leg up and down,
Yeah.
and then when it's there, I can
That was
expect a
cool.
transfer. So,
What I feel is that I wasn't afraid
Mm-hmm.
to lose this.
Yes, because you were.
but if I
around the
just
chair.
grabbed and then did this, come on, see, she's not, there's no stand, right? But instantly, if I change that to rotation, it's just that instant through the body.
I'm more here
Yeah.
than here, even though I have
But I
much
grab,
Space
of
over
my,
here.
of my body is here, but I feel that my weight is here.
yeah.
Do you
But if I
know
grab versus, again, that rotation.
the rotation?
Yeah.
A little bit.
So,
Just an
That's longer.
interloper.
I know, but I think it's interesting. Can
It's
you
very
describe to my mom what you mean by rotation versus not?
well, yeah,
Or just in that simple move?
It's like
Wait,
opposite.
Like just your
when
hand?
you do any kind of hand over hand with someone,
Or if I were to.
she loses her spine.
Oh,
Hold on, Holly, so we either want to pick one.
Okay.
So if I'm hand over hand with someone, she loses her spine. This is like, what Magda was talking about, I can say about my son. Picking up my son was picking up like a bag of dog food. You know, he was just heavy and he went in every different, but you see that? If I do the same move underneath, look at how you have your spine. You feel the difference? Right? But if I grab, especially the hand over hand, and again, when I say grab, I'm not hurting her. But there's a fight, there's an inflection that happens. But if I come underneath with the rotation, her whole body, like dancing, will come with me. See, I'm not grabbing her arm, but if I grab, you want to see how it affects? So even here, instead of saying, come on, stand up, see, there's no stand. But if I rotate, she immediately wants to go up on the leg, even with very little control.
This versus.
But that's the same thing when I dance with someone, so if you stand up, I'm not gonna dance with someone like, hello, you know what I mean? But if I do this and this, you know what I mean? Now the person at least wants to entertain me. But this, come on, okay, we're gonna come over here to the ball, you know.
I remember something.
I'm over exaggerating, not, you know, just to see.
You said yesterday, and I'm getting more to understand it. You said it yesterday, and when you were working on Claudia. At first, when she was lying there,
Right.
at first you were moving her, and you said that her head
It was-
goes before the
yeah.
movement gets. And this is the same, because when you do that, even though it looks like I'm still here, I'm already here. So I don't feel like losing the
Yeah, because it's a weight
support.
transfer,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. It's so
But,
weird. Now,
If we were to describe that in language, I would see the rotation as an invitation, as opposed to telling someone
right,
to move.
yes.
right.
And
Or
invitations
forcing.
are, yes,
But,
but invitations will.
but too, if I just said, come on Heather, we're going out to lunch, do you know what I mean? Like she immediately is going, even though she
Right.
might like, right, but it more so her diaphragm counters, she'll go away from me, repel. But if I'm like, sweetheart, how about, I mean, it just doesn't take much and she's gone. Yeah,
Sweetheart did it too.
but I mean, it doesn't take much, but just that different in application, it's just like, okay, I'm here.
and when you were standing up, that was a weight transfer too, right? Where you positioned her body so she
Oh,
could
yeah.
stand up.
But I
That was
wanted
all
her
about-
over her
yeah.
feet, you know, versus,
Yeah.
you know, kind of thing. So even to go there where there's that bit of assistance, now I wanted to feel that bum coming down and stuff. And now I got her where she went up into sitting kind of thing. But that is a much nicer way of getting maybe a leg down, and you're there to transfer someone up as well.
That's
Versus just being, you know, all of that, but,
That's so cool. She would love to practice that, like in her
yeah,
bed,
right.
I think.
Then find
And that's
the
actually
floor.
how a kid goes off of the table. It's still not off the floor, but,
How about like the tub? Like if they're laying in the tub,
between the
Oh yeah, let's give Michelle the worst. Bathtub full of water and they are covered in soap.
covered. And you have to get the towel, and you only have this much room, or you're gonna fall in the toilet.
In real life.
Sorry, I don't
The best thing, first of all, in the tub is that you still have the rotation. So that's where I would invest on a decent mat, or even just $2 foam from Joann's to put under your knees. Because if you, like the difference between, all right, so we're over here on the table quickly. Just because this thing's right here and it's a smaller table. So if I'm down here, right, and I'm on a ball, and you can deflate it just a little bit more, there's such a difference here that I can move around and see how I'm on the ball, I'm on the long grade versus this, and I'm going out of my knees, you know what I mean? And now see, I don't have any of this in. So when I have to push into the floor with my knees to get someone out, I had to go in and get Gordon out of the McDonald's playland. And let me tell you, if you don't think your knees are different than a 2-year-old, be 45 and go through one of those tunnels. I wouldn't have this much air in the ball, you know what I mean, but enough to give you
That's
the
a cool
difference that I
idea.
can roll back now and push through and use this to my advantage versus,
I would practice with a doll first because
yeah, like I
because
said,
this is amazing. But if you have weight of the child and you're above the bathtub and you go,
I was just saying, even if you had though a mat or foam, you know, it doesn't, like I said, there's too much air in this ball, but
You have
it's
to
such a
flexible
difference
distance.
that I can push
with the mat
in.
maybe that can
See,
slide.
even if my knees are stable, like this is another way. My knees are on the floor, but with this, now I have a little bit of fulcrum and leverage, so I can even push, see? But here I can push up, yeah, it's not too, it's too much. I thought I can push,
Yeah.
but again, I think there's just too much air, but.
But then you bring, and then you have to get up, like, how do you go?
Yeah, but I mean, at least if you're here,
Okay,
I can roll and get up, do you know what I mean? But if I'm flat on the floor to roll and get up with my knees, I would be worried more about myself than the child. That's what I'm trying to say. Yourself is just as much as involved in that equation as.
Or when you're, well,
Buy a
I
nice
did work
sponge
as a
for
caregiver
Christmas.
too, so I did the bathtub things with 7-year-olds.
Oh, what, do you want
And
to
I would,
be?
if you can get into
Yeah?
the tub and just scoop them and, you know,
That's like one of my
maybe sitting,
forms.
you get to the top, of course, not with water anymore. And
So I
get
can
her
punch you
there.
and do this, that's my form.
And then you get her to the high,
Mama.
right, and have the edge for the bump, for a little bit of weight. Ideally, you have someone to hold you. But if you don't, then you can use the bathtub to try to come up, and if you don't, you use the bathtub edge. And you lose the bathtub edge.
Wow, okay, that's a good idea. That's cool.
That'll take a while just to learn that.
No, because this is really extremely
Catch
hard.
it.
So I know.
I do something with my this is very
She's
bad.
doing more than I could ever do.
With my son, I do this.
That was silly.
I grab him here and I put him
He's being a good sport.
on the edge.
He's
and
just
then
enjoying
I
it.
him.
He loves her. I don't know what it was, the whole lesson, he's just like,
Thank you.
my name is Sophie.
Ask for your permission.
I'm a Leo with Scorpio, Cutna.
I think it was okay. He liked it.
But if you were, she's in,
Yeah.
and I don't, does she lay down flat at the end? She lays down in the back,
So Lisa's
right?
like, let's do this again,
So
lady.
like that. Okay, we're gonna do it, right? Way the back up. It's not gonna be pretty for your
loves
knees, but because it's so firm, but you can do that.
Are you flying?
But you're here, right?
You're actually
This
in
is
the tub?
outside. I'm in the tub. This is the edge of the tub. The wall is behind me. Can you see it? Okay. So if I manage to be in the tub with my baby close to me, then you can go in. Use the edge for some of the weight,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can have towel or whatever if it's really firm. Then the weight can stay there, and you can kind of do your bum on the edge.
And then the.
And then just go out of the bathtub yourself.
Wow.
Let's pretend it's out of the bathtub here, right?
We were being lazy moms, I don't know what to tell you.
That's awesome.
Because I don't know how she can do it otherwise.
I just want to hear.
If he's here sitting,
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of the tub. I do, but I am sitting on the
Like a
The edge?
on the edge. Yes. So I do this,
Sitting on the edge.
and then I take his legs and roll him.
And where do you put him?
Generally, I have
hold-
another person.
Oh, okay.
When I turn him, the other person does.
Oh, okay. The second person.
But this way of taking him out of the tub in, it really
It helps your back.
helps. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I
We-
use the edge too. That's important.
Right now,